Hello and welcome to another episode of Project Pelennor. It has been like half a year since I've done a video. I have been painting, but I've also been busy putting together another YouTube series called Barely Tactical, in which if you are interested in the old pew-pew sticks and a little bit of comedy and some skits, that is definitely a channel for you. I will leave a link in the description. But we're here for some Lord of the Rings miniatures. I thought I'd kick off the year by kind of looking back at 2021. I didn't make a lot of videos as I wanted to, but I was painting the whole time. And there's a few things that kind of maybe slipped through the cracks that I didn't get to show you guys. So I thought I'd do just a little top 3 miniatures that I painted in 2021. Some of these you've seen, some you haven't. So 2021 was a big year for the Middle-earth strategy battle game because we got a lot of new miniatures, and there's more miniatures on the way, which is really exciting because, as always, I have so many projects that I want to do, and I have so many things on my mind, and some of the new miniatures coming out are fueling into a project that I had already wanted to do, so it's perfect. It's just like they're pulling that out of my brain or something. So, top 3 minis of the year. I was going to start with the Witch King. A new miniature was released, actually not long ago, and I picked it up because the old miniature was cool. It's him sitting on a horse with a flaming sword. But when I saw this pose, this dramatic pose of him on horseback pointing his sword, and I really like the foot model as well, I knew I just had to have him. I'm probably not going to use his mace in the game, but it just looks so good on the model that I had to build him that way. So yeah, so the Witch King comes in at number 3. He'll definitely see some play. I think I might actually run him on horseback because, I mean, the fell beast is just so expensive, and it's also, it's a big point sink, and I mean, any army worth its salt with archers is just gonna pummel it into the ground. So I think him on horseback, maybe leading some of the Morgul Knights or something like that, that would be kind of I'll say a prime way of using him. Well, I just dropped him.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So, I totally just broke the tip of his crown on camera. So I get to fix that. My second favorite miniature that I painted this year, and hopefully I don't drop this one, is Thiodrid. Now, this is not the Games Workshop Thiodrid. This is the Deval, however you say it. I think it's Deval Games Thiodrid. I did put some pictures of this guy up, and I just love him because I did not like the Games Workshop Thiodrid. He kind of looks lumpy. There's something wrong with his face. Whereas this one shows him almost in... Him, Eomer, and Theoden kind of have, like, reflections of each other's armor, and I think this really shows it, where, like, this could be on either or any of the models, but it's his. So, like, they all have similarities in certain aspects, but they're each personalized, and I kind of like that. I know he was, like, a darker green for his armor. There's a shot in the extended Two Towers that shows his armor pretty well. But, I don't know, I kind of went with a lighter green. I like how that looks. I didn't want him to look like a Dark Angels Space Marine or something like that. But, yeah, so he's number 2. I gave him a throwing spear. I don't use throwing spears as much as I probably should, but Thiodrid just kind of, it spoke to me that, like, I don't know, I just feel like he's young and impetuous. He's going to throw something into battle before he gets in and pulls out his sword. So, that's Thiodrid. I didn't drop this one. Don't have to fix it, so that's nice. Yeah. We're learning. And last, but certainly not least, is my favorite miniature that I painted this year, which has to be Stampy. The great beast of Gorgoroth himself. If I drop this, I'm going to cry and you will never see me again. No, I love this model. It's technically 11 miniatures because there's 10 orcs on his back. I believe it's 10. And then him himself. I did a whole video on him. He's just great. I can't wait to use him. I haven't used him on the tabletop yet, and it's been over, I think it's been a year or so since I painted him. But, I mean, anytime you can get quite literally a great beast with a bunch of orc archers and a captain on his back and just run through the battlefield, it's kind of cool. Also, if, heaven forbid, if Stampy dies, I have 10 orcs that potentially might survive the fall and can kind of join the battle. Cool, nerdy game mechanic thing is the archers on the back don't count towards your army's bow limit, so it's kind of a sneaky way to get... I think that's how it works. I'll have to look into that. I'm pretty sure they don't count towards your bow limit, though, so it's kind of a sneaky way to get more orc arrows flying through the air. So that's it. Bit of a shorter video with tragic consequences. I'm looking at you, Witch King. But I thought I'd do something. Also, I did almost an exact video of this last year on January 2nd, which I also hadn't filmed anything for like the first 5 months prior to that. I guess I'm consistent, but I am still painting. I'm still finishing up some Royal Guard. I've got a lot of Royal Guard now. I think the last time we talked I had like 6 or something like that. I'm up to 18 or 19 now. But yeah, so still painting away, still chipping away at it. Videos are maybe a little more inconsistent, but I am still here. I'm still working at it, and I still very much appreciate your support. So this has been an update for Project Pelennor, and there are some interesting projects I have in mind for 2022, which I will definitely show you guys. So stay tuned.